Hi guys, welcome to just one XP. Today, I just want to quickly tell you one of the lab which is going on in the Udemy course of David's, which is CCNA packet tracer. So he has some labs. So starting from this lab, he has another lab which I have missed. But if you want that, I can do that lab as well. He has some other lab in my previous class. Okay, yeah, it's just some answering the questions thing. So we are starting from the lab one, which is about subnetting. So the lab, let me go back to the Cisco packet tracer. So this is the question. Uh, so there is this setup and in which router is not part of it before. So he wants to split the subnet of slash 24 and this is the questions. I'm not going to read all the thing because anyhow I'm going to explain the answers to the so he has answers in his next part of thing but it's in his way of explaining the answer, right? So I thought, why couldn't I make a video explaining how to solve this for the people who doesn't have a Udemy course? I don't know if I'm supposed to answer the questions recording a video, but if anything, copyright claim, any claim comes, I will shut down this video. But for now, enjoy this lab. So people have a lot of confusion regarding subnetting concept. Uh, Either I am very much confused about subnet concept, but once you get into job, I don't feel you gonna have any problem with subnetting because it's the subnetting is the basic thing which you work and also it doesn't bothers you anymore. If I say so, majority of the organizations uses slash 24, maybe 25 or like slash 23. They uses two subnets in a single subnet. And the supernet is slash 16. For example, your company, for example, go to your office laptop, go to the command prompt and then type ipconfig all. I'm not going to do that. Let me do it from here. This makes sense instead of using my own IP address revealing. So yeah, you can see you can type ipconfig or ipconfig all to display all the uh, NIC IP addresses, your NIC card IP addresses. So majority of the time in your organization you might be having 10 series or 10 128 10 50 10 something something like internal subnets. But when you are in public Wi-Fi, if you notice, if you are in your Airtel Wi-Fi, Geo Wi-Fi, you notice it's being 192.168.1.1. So this is normally the public Wi-Fi's or private Wi-Fi's network. But when it comes to internal network within your organization, you have some internal private IPs. So without further ado, let's go. So first, subnet the current into two subnets if possible. So you need to understand what is slash 20 slash 24 subnet is 255.255.255.0. As you know, first three is the host host IP address, and last bit is the usable IP in which you use. So you can't change this subnet of prior because this is a host bit and this is the data bit which you will use. So splitting this into two, for example, if I use slash 25 mask is 255.255.255.128. I already answered these questions if you can see, but for your understanding, let me go ahead. Why I this split this network to slash 25? If you see this subnet, as I said, first three bits you cannot change because this is a host bit. This is not a data bit. So 192.168.1.1 which starts with 128, uh, starting address starting with 1 to 120. You say usable IP range is 7. So next subnet, if I create one another slash 25 subnet, it goes under from uh, 1.129 to last subnet, which is usable IP 254. See, this is the same subnet which of slash 24 I split it into 2 bits. So this is one. Copy this. This is 1 slash 25 and this is 1 slash 25. So this is how I split this network into two halves. Um, if time persists, I will go more deeply. If you are still unable to get the subnetting concept, I will go in deep, explaining you, drawing something. I can do that. So we have a diagram. So for the people who understand till now, I will say, uh, if you little bit struggle and now you get it how subnetting works, let me tell you. See, understand the these ranges. So slash 25, how what is the range? Slash 26, what is the range? So get used to that so that in interviews or in any type of exam or your viva, you can simply answer them within 6 seconds. So get used to reading. If you are feeling, if you struggle and you want to know subnetting calculator. So this subnet calculator is used by many of the people. Even we internally, when we are trying to create some new VLANs in our organization, we use this one. For example, if my boss said you need to create 105240 slash 24, I know the usable range of slash 24. So 105204.1 say like a last IP 254 is slash 24. But if it is slash 23, I know two subnets are part of this subnet. So it starts with 10. And also, this is a little bit curious for me as well. While we are creating IP addresses, or creating a VLANs, or creating a subnets, a majority of the time, organizations or like people used to say create your first IP, or for example, as I said, slash 23 contains of 10.5204.12 last IP 10.5205.254. This is the last. So let me show you. Let me show you. See. 205.254. This is so two slash 24 subnets are part of slash 23. But many of the time organization wants to use these numbers, your starting subnet to be even. It should not be odd. Let me try to take that odd ones. Maybe two. Will it come? See, while I'm subnetting it, network ID automatically taken from 202 subnet. Maybe I wanted 203 to 204, but it automatically converts. And organization also do the same. Organization never wants to. I'm curious how this happens, why this happens. Only even numbers was taken before. Okay, we are going somewhere else. Let me go back to. So we did segregated it, use slash 25 because it splits slash 24 into two and two subnets. First subnet should be configured on the left side of the switch and second subnet on the right side of the switch. So currently it's been configured with slash 24. If you can see, let me leave the concept there. You can see it is configured with slash 24. PC2 is configured with slash 24 and it used slash 2 IP. Switch 1 doesn't configure anything. You can see VLAN 1 is down. Same goes for switch 2, it is down. When it comes to router is also router. I just placed it right now. As you can see, switches and router works very different. Switches, when you connect a PC or another switch, it automatically makes the port up. But when it comes to router, you cannot, these are not in up state. You need to manually make them up. So let us start configuring this. As you can see, all the answers are here. First subnet goes on. Okay, I will do that. Uh, First, I need to configure the PCs. I want to configure the PCs. You can do it in two ways. Go to IP configuration or go to config interface. Uh, so 1.1 it is same, but subnet mask will be different. 128. 128. Let me see if the changes are being made. IP config. I not need slash all set. Now this PC, if you can see, it cannot able to ping the 1.2 because 1.2 is someone who is different. It knows slash 25 subnet mask, but 2 is something of a different subnet mask. So let me change that. Let me change this one. If I change it to, this is not the question, but if I change it to 120, okay, yeah, 128. Now, if I try to ping 192, 168, 1.1, it can ping because it is okay. There is a router in between. Let me remove the router first. The router is blocking the traffic. One, just I will remove the connections. No, I want to delete the nodes, not this thing. Okay, let me do connection. Yeah, it will take some time to get the nodes up, but yeah, let's see. It is trying to fetch the IP address. There is no thing in the between. Let's see. It is automatically okay. Yeah. See, now it can be pinged. Okay, still we are going somewhere else. Let me change it. So first Ethernet. The first IP address goes to. I already written here. PC side, PC configuration. 129 goes to this PC. Now it can't ping because it is of different subnet. PC now can't able to ping it. Yeah, obviously. Let me see the second ping as well. I see. Sorry. Okay, I terminated it. Let me delete the connection. Cancel. I want to delete the node. Okay, done. Let me pull up the switch. 2 goes to 0.0. As you can see now, when switches are directly connected together, it doesn't automatically came. Switches connected together makes automatically came up, but when it comes to router, it is not the case. So first subnet configure PCs I already done with the first configure router with last IP address. So switch one side, its last IP, enable conft, host name, basic comments. These are all R1 conf. Okay, let me see the interfaces. I get confused. So IP interface brief. I think 0/0 went to there. Why can't I see the interface? View preferences. Okay, Actually, David doesn't like to see the interfaces. That's why he manually typed the interfaces. Okay, anyhow, I know 0.0 went to switch one, so conf interface gigabit 0/0/0. Let me bring it up. No shutdown now, it will come up. IP address 192.168. Last IP address will be 126.255.255.255.128. Exit interface gigabit 0/0/1. No shutdown. IP address 192.168.1.120. Last IP address, right? 254, 255, 255.120. Exit, exit. Write the configuration. This should be mandatory. I did configure the router with the last IP address. How I know? This is how I know. Or else you can type show IP interface brief. Yep. Next, connect the router between switches. That has been done. Configure the switches with the last second IP address. Since last IP address is used for the router, let's configure the switches. Enable. Let me configure switch to enable show interface status. Which one came up? Gigabit 0/1/2 goes to router, right? Yeah, yeah, okay. Both sets, which is full interface status by the include. No, it doesn't work here. Confi interface VLAN one. Anyhow, we are configuring in the VLAN only 168.1 dot last second 253 255 255 255. Yeah, 128. No shutdown. Interface by default will be in shutdown. And right show interface IP interface brief. Let me go down to show you. Yeah, you can see interfaces of. So this is configured. Let now see if I can able to ping the IP address of the PC2. I think I can able to ping. Yeah, you can see I can able to ping and show IPR will show its MAC address as well. This is the MAC address of the PC2. If you want to know how I know it is MAC address of that, if you go to PC2 uh, config first Ethernet BD41 BD41 BD41. That so now it's been configured. Let me go to switch one. Yeah, conf t interface VLAN 1 IP address 192.168.1 dot. Since 126 went to the R1, 125, 255, 255, 255, 128. Now shut down the VLAN and Right. Don't forget to write the configurations because if you forgot and yeah, now I think you can able to ping the PC1 pin 192.168.1.1. The problem with this is Control Shift 6, but it doesn't get terminated. This is some glitch in packet tracer. Hello. Yeah. So configuration has been done. It takes some time. Let it be. Verify all these devices ping together. So now PC1 can't able to ping PC2 because there is no default gateway. If there is no gateway, PC doesn't know where to go the traffic, where to route the traffic basically. If I go to settings, there is so let me take the router as a default gateway, which is 192.168.1.126. That is the router's IP address. So now what happens? Since a default gateway is added, PC1, since it doesn't know the other subnet, which is not part of it, it will goes to its router default. Router, where is this subnet? Try to press this subnet. And router does the job. So if I go to ping the 129, now I can able to ping because router first packet will might get dropped, but it does the job. 2 is also getting dropped. Did I configure incorrectly? Let me see. 129 is the PC2 IP, right? What is the PC2 IP address? 129. Let me check the IP config. IP config. So 1.126 is the IP configured in the router. Am I correct? /25/25. Let me sing if PC router can ping this IP address. Yes. If it can ping its gateway 126, yes, it can ping. Okay. So what about the switch, which is 125? Yes, it can ping that. Now let me see 129. Traffic might not be coming from the other end. Let me configure here as well. Settings, default gateway 192.168.1 dot with 254. Let me see the IP configuration. IP config. Yes, ping the gateway 192.168.1.254. Yes, I can able to ping it. The switch, which is 253. Yes, I can able to ping it. Now let me see the yeah. So I think the return traffic. So how packet works is now I think I can able to ping it. Yep. See, voila. So this is the answer to the questions. If you want, you can take a snapshot or if you can note it down. Let me tell you why it doesn't work because I didn't change the PC to gateway. ICMP return traffic. If you go to simulation, let me start the ping again. See, okay, I don't need all these things. I need ICMP art. That's it. Uh, okay. See, so packet, if I open the packet, one minute, one. Let me reset the simulation. Let me try to ping it again. So ICMP packet consists of the source IP address, which is 192.168. And its destination. So why it doesn't work is this is the sending byte. Okay, let us see the receiving byte. Okay, 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 okay. We might not see. Yeah. Okay. Next. So this is the receiver byte. You can see in the outbound the ICMP. So this is the return traffic. In return traffic, we faced the issue because it doesn't know where to route next. Since you kept the gateway, it is sending now the traffic. That's it. Done. ICMP is done. Okay, four pings, right? This ping is of four smarts. ICMP is done. All four packets has been received. So this is how it works. I hope it helps you out. Thank you. Bye.